Hi everyone, I'm Tim Agg and I'm the Executive Director of QMUNITY, BC's Queer, Trans and Two-Spirit Resource Centre. At QMUNITY, we're here to support the health of BC's queer community. So we wanted to take a moment to talk with you about how the coronavirus uniquely impacts queer people and to give you some updates about what we are doing to respond to the pandemic. By now, you probably have a basic understanding of this viral infection. As you've probably heard already, it's very important that we take steps to protect ourselves and reduce the spread of the virus, like washing our hands for more than 20 seconds or avoiding large crowds. But as LGBTQ2+ people, there are some factors that put us at elevated risk that we need to be aware of. The first thing we want to say is that this is a rapidly changing situation, so it's a good idea to visit the BC Centre for Disease Control's website at bccdc.ca for the latest updates. On that website, which we've linked below, you'll find a self-assessment tool to help you understand symptoms that you might experience. We're hearing that the availability of testing is limited and not everyone with symptoms needs to be tested, so find out if you should seek testing by using the self-assessment tool. BC has also created a 1-800 hotline to provide non-medical information about coronavirus, and we'll share that number in the comments below. So how does COVID-19 affect us as queer people in society right now? Higher rates of cancer and HIV among the queer community mean a greater number of us have compromised immunity, leaving us more vulnerable to infection. We also know that coronavirus is a respiratory illness that can be especially harmful to smokers. So if you needed extra motivation to cut back or quit smoking, this is it. Right now in BC, there is a ban on gatherings of any more than 50 people. If you can, staying home and self-isolating is one of the best things you can do to protect yourself and your community. I know there is a new series of Drag Race out right now, and we're all excited about it, but for the time being, it is best to watch at home with a friend, or even better, by yourself. It's a good idea to skip Friday night at your favorite bar or pub right now in favor of staying home. We also need to talk about hookup culture for a moment. It's always important to practice safer sex, but right now, because of the pandemic, it's a good idea to put off meeting with dates. Take time to get to know each other by chatting for a while instead. I've even been told that Grindr has a promotion right now where you can chat with more profiles for free. We know that coronavirus is spread through saliva, but there's also fecal to oral transmission as well. Bathhouses in Vancouver are closed for the time being. If you or someone you love has recently been to a large circuit party, such as the Winter Party Festival in Miami, it's a good idea to self-isolate for the next 2 weeks. There have been confirmed cases of coronavirus diagnosed from attendees at Miami's Winter Party, so if you or someone you love was there, please seek out testing by visiting the BC CDC website. For the time being, we have to practice physical distancing and avoid touching each other. I know that I love to greet my friends with a hug or a handshake or a kiss on the cheek, but for the time being, I'm replacing all of that with a wave or an elbow bump. Speaking of physical distancing, I want to take a moment to encourage us to check in on each other, especially our older community members. Physical isolation doesn't have to mean social isolation. Many of us won't be able to access the support programs and services that we rely on for social interaction because of the quarantine, so take a moment to think about ways you can connect with your friends without being in person. If you know of someone who is isolated because of the quarantine, give them a call or send them a message to check in on them. We all need to do our part to stop the spread of coronavirus and help flatten the curve. So for the time being, QMUNITY is suspending all drop-in activities. Youth and seniors groups, unfortunately, will remain on hiatus due to reduce risk. The Butte Street Clinic is currently closed for STI testing. Our peer support groups are also suspending meetings. Community staff is working remotely, so while we won't be at the Davie and Butte office, we're available by phone and email. Our low-cost counseling services will be available by phone or by video conference with the app Zoom. We'll continue to provide our information and referral services available through our website, so please check back for more updates. If you are experiencing physical isolation and need someone to talk to, get in touch with us through our website, QMUNITY.ca. That's QMUNITY.ca, and we'll connect you with available support or resources. Thanks for doing your part to care for yourself and your community. Stay safe, everyone.